Hold on. Yes, I'm on. Woohoo! My gain seems a little low. Whatever. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Arydia. As I said, I was going to be back tonight, and here I am. I was going to try to be back, and here I am. And I realized I forgot to reset my board for post-combat. There's some abilities which refresh after every fight. Just want to make sure I have those marked. I think we're good. Yeah, we're very good. Okay, so here's the deal. We just finished the rats. We finished fighting the rats, I should say. We finished them off. We only died a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean boy, did we get killed a couple times. But we won the fights, and that's all that really matters. We got knocked down, but we got up again. And now we are back on the overworld, having been recently tricked by somebody going by the name Vera. Apparently, I, I don't know what her goal was. Maybe she was hoping we die to the rats? Oh, you know what? Just a second. Something weird just happened. Okay. I'm betting that if we had succeeded in our intelligence check while rummaging through the musty pantry, we may have been able to find a clue that Vera was not, in fact, who she said she was, and was trying to trick us. Anyways, she drugged us and took some of our money and then ran away. And that added a job to her pool, which is hilarious. And now we're kind of directionless. We had some options coming from the very first session, like post tutorial. We have a couple of jobs we could go do. And there was a mention of a job board, and since we just had a job added that hopefully hunts down Vera, I'm thinking we try to go to a town with a job board. The exile camp doesn't have that, so the question is, what do we want to go and do? We are one experience away from leveling up. No, that's not true. We're one experience away from leveling up if we were not already level 1. Because we are level 1, nope, it is true. I am crazy, I guess. Because we're level 1, it takes 5 experience to level up to level 2. We are at 4 experience currently. So I want to go do something that gets us 1 experience. Our other option is to go find a place to rest. Because we are low on stats. But you know what? When has low on stats ever been a problem for us? It's not like we got knocked out in multiple battles running. Let's not talk about that. So here's what we're going to do. I have my old healing kit, and since we are down a little bit of health, I'm going to try to heal us. I might as well use these tokens while I have them. So this is a wisdom check on Zertle the Hungry Halfling Soother. He's got +2. So we wisdom +2 to heal Zertle first, and then my ranger. Yeah, let's do it. That is a 6. I've rolled so many 6s, gotta say. +2 is 8, which means I restore 1 health to Zertle himself. And then rolling again, wisdom +2. That is a 7, and +2 makes 9. To restore 1 health to Rix the Plucky Fellish Scout. Rix the Plucky. Okay. And that uses just free charges essentially, because I get to save my new healing kit for combat. It's slightly better. It's actually not that much better. Yeah, the only difference is it can be if you get a 20, you crit and heal for 4 instead of 2, which is good, but 20s are hard to get. That's why they're so special. Then again, I've rolled a lot of ones, and those are also supposed to be hard to get. They're also supposed to be special. I think maybe I'm just bad at rolling dice. I think it might be me. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Okay, enough delaying. We've restored all of our post-combat abilities. We have used the med kit just in case we go into a combat. Let's do some traveling along this road. So I want to get to this hex, which means I have to travel along this road path between these two tiles. And that means I have a travel event. All of my travel tokens are currently refreshed, ready to go, so that's not an issue. Let's see what happens. On a road path, that's that one down there with these signs. You're so hungry, you need to take a break and eat some food. Thanks, Zertle, the hungry halfling's soother. This is definitely your fault and not random chance. Hunger. Each exile pays 1 speed, and then we discard this card. And if we don't pay, we go to famished. Can we all afford to lose a speed? We can. 1 time. So everybody loses a speed. So speed is an interesting attribute in this game because they use it for a couple of purposes. If you're doing a move action, a move basic action, you can use a speed point to move a little bit further, which is helpful. If you are, right, there's some skills that use speed to activate. And then on world map travel, they kind of use it as a catch-all to just say you've encountered difficulties and you have to use your speed to keep going, which means it's kind of a limiter on how far you can move each day before you need to rest again, which I don't hate. I think that's an interesting thing. The only issue I have with it is the fact that it's overloaded for in combat and world map travel purposes. It feels like it should have been kind of a split attribute. But then again, maybe that's smart design because now it costs more. If you want to do more explosive stuff in combat, you can't do as much exploration out of combat. I may have just argued myself into this one. Anyways, we get to discard this card because we all paid a speed. We officially make it to this tile, and now we get to do movement to here, which is another road. So we have another travel event. Hopefully nothing happens this time, but no matter what, we get to explore the next hex. We just might need to not explore anymore past that. Brambles, but it's a road path, so you pass this way easily. We just get to discard this. Very nice. And now the cool part, we land on this unexplored tile. This is a multi-layer board. I'm gonna move this over here, so I just push this side down. It pops up the other side. We get to flip it over, revealing our new location, which is Fellsworn Village. There we go. You can see it's a town location. It's point of interest 3, and it's connected to tile Big 1. So if I get tile Big 1, I can go explore it if I enter the location. I also have POI 3 somewhere within the village. So I don't just get to pull that out immediately. Instead, I'm going to go into big one by entering location, and we'll figure out more about this. At least I think that's how that works. Wait a minute. Maybe I do just get to do it. POI 3. Because now I'm remembering the exile camp just let you pull out POI 1 to interact with it. So I think I do just get to interact with town. Yes, Fellsworn Village. I just get to do this. Very cool. I can go explore town if I want. I can also just look at town. Oh, also, there's a soundtrack to this game. I don't know if I did not explain that before, and we haven't done any interactions with the soundtrack. But every card has a little soundtrack indicator that you can use to play music, and they provide it somewhere. They have a link that, again, I have not gone into. Fellsworn Village. You find yourselves in a small marketplace. Shopkeepers are busy helping customers and drawing attention to their wares. The first time you draw this card, add Job 1 to the job deck. And then we can flip this to do town actions. So first, I want to add Job 1 to the job deck. There we go. Sorry, my box is being a little finicky. Okay, I'm not going to look at it. We have Job 1 and Job 4 in place now. And let's do some town actions. Flip this over. Oh, interesting. So we have a whole list of town actions we can do here. So there's a job board where we can select the job from the job deck at the inn. We can pay for supplies to fill all knapsacks with cubes. We can pay to rest. Draw a day card. Whole party replenishes everything. Shuffle the travel deck. Refresh travel tokens. Remove a threat 90 exhaustion from threat deck. Good to know that that's what that's called. There's also pay a money to visit the apothecary, fill all potions with cubes. We do have a missing potion charge. I don't think we need it yet, though. Vendors, sell your items for their K value. K is the currency of the land. Armor, purchase available stock. Or items you previously sold for double their K value. So I'm curious what selling looks like. Also what inventory looks like, because my inventory is technically full on the Ranger, and I'm wondering if that means I need to discard stuff. I assume that is player characters exiles. Party. Oh, player inventory. You can only hold items that will fit in your inventory space, up to 4 small items or 2 large items, or a combination. You can only have stuff that belongs to your path and pathless items. Good to know. Okay. Oh, someone popped in briefly. You cannot stow items with wear tokens. Your stash has unlimited capacity. Okay. So this old bow I have that I'm going to be selling, I can't actually hold on to this. So what I need to do is I put it in my stash, which is my little tuck box. And I keep it there until I get to the guild, the Exiles Guild, where I can pull it out and do it for, like, selling purposes. So the downside of being a ranger is your items are all huge, and there's nowhere to really put them. I suppose that would have been a good reason to give the old knapsack to the healer. In fact, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to give the old knapsack, which is currently on the ranger, to the healer. He's not going to have it in his belt, so he can't use it without equipping it. But now the ranger can put the potion on their belt. And now they have room to put a double-sized item in their inventory in case they need to, like, sell something, you know. You know how it is. Alright. The next thing is repairing. Can I repair my stuff at this town? I don't think I can. Yikes. Let's go take a look. I don't know this rule. Can I repair at any town, or do I need to... You know what? I think it says it on the armor reference card. Resting doesn't repair armor. You must repair it at a smithy in town or use an appropriate skill. Oh. Here it is. 1k smithy repairs 7 durability. Okay, we need to do that. Like, that is a requirement. So we're going to pay a money. We're going to repair 7 durability across the party. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get all of our armor back for the next combat, which is important because we're just dying. Very cool. And I do see... Okay, we're dirt poor now. But if we had money, we could pay 3k to open a wooden chest, which is the pathless chest. So yeah, we could have gotten wooden gear, which I assume would help us fill some of these missing armor slots. Instead, we can't do that because we don't have enough money. And I want an experience to level up to restore my stats. I don't want to rest yet, if I can help it. Let's pick a job from the job deck. If I could hunt down What's-Her-Face, I would love to. So my job deck, here we are. We have 2 entries here. There's job 1 and job 4. Job 4 is the one that we have for hunting Vera, I hope. Job 1, gather bird root. My supply of bird root is running low, and I can't make my tea without it. It's not difficult to find. Look for yellow flowers growing out on the sward. I just need you to bring me a basketful. Travel to the sward. While there, you may spend 1 speed to search for bird root. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. They have a little back for the quest board. That's cool. Our second job, hunt rats. Rabid rats are attacking travelers along the road. Help keep their population in check. Start. Travel to Raggle Junction, then shuffle TRV 90 in with the top 2 of the travel deck. Habitat is roads or plains. Hunt. Place big 90, which is a tile, a big tile. Place party on the X. Place a faux 4 on Y and Z. So that's 2 rabid rats, 2 of the small ones we've been fighting. And place faux 5 on L, which is the big rat. Victory. Defeat all foes, travel to Felsorn Village to claim the reward and discard, or to trash this card. If you lose or flee, return this to the job deck. Don't loot after combat, ignore the rewards on the foe cards. Gain the reward below when you complete the job. You get 3k. Oh, okay. So we get money and experience. That does get us an experience, even though we ignore the rewards on the foe cards. We already know how to fight rats, so let's take a job to hunt some rats. Sounds good to me. I also don't know where the sward is. Yeah, literally never heard of it. Never heard of it. So we're going to take our job. Which is here. And if I'm interpreting this card correctly, we have to travel to Raggle Junction. Then we get a travel card, which will be the hunt. It'll be one of the top 3 cards of the travel deck. And we need to stay on road and plains travel paths. And then we can fight some rats. Very cool. So I'm going to put that right there. Wow, you can almost read that on this camera. Thank you, camera, for sometimes being acceptable. At least you can almost read the title. Everything else is a little... Eesh. Okay. The next thing I want to do is actually explore this location as a location. As a tile. To see if there's any NPCs or events I can interact with. So we're going to put our POI away. This is POI 3. And we're going to put our world map out of the way, noting that we're getting out big 1 as we enter location. Just reaching my arm across the entire table. Big 1. Well, that's a big one. It's an obvious joke, but it checks out. And we're going to put away our travel deck for the time being. Keep our job near our people. Big 1, Felsworn Village. A quaint village lies before you. Smoke drifts from the chimneys, and you can hear sounds of merriment coming from the nearby inn. A grizzled guard eyes you warily as you approach. Okay, so we came from the hex F01. So I'm going to put this like that. And it's fully on, almost fully. There we go. Fully on camera. I'm going to put my people at the entrance where they came from the hex. And we have a couple of different things to do. There's an NPC here. There's a point of interest over there. And there are 2 different buildings that I can enter. So I think we're just going to explore town the normal way and go to small 4 right here. I'm going to decide that the cleric is the one leading the charge, which means any RP points will go to the ranger. Quaint apothecary. A pungent aroma fills the air of this small shop. Despite the strong smell, the shelves of the store are bare. The shopkeep is here, sweeping the hardwood floor. And I line it up like this. So we've come in the door right here. There's a shopkeeper right here in front of us, and that's the only thing. So let's talk to NPC 11. NPC 11. Hala the herbologist. It's a halfling woman who's sassy and has a nasal voice. So they give you some they give you some information to roleplay this, which is primarily for the multiplayer aspect. I'm gonna try my best to follow these instructions when playing the character, but obviously, I don't have to roleplay quite as much since I have the possible dialogue options right in front of me. And here we go. A dark-haired halfling stops sweeping and glares at you. Well, I'd ask you to buy something, but I'm out of stock and my shipment of herbs has gone missing. Besides, you look like you might have spent all your money on that outfit. Speaking of which, are you one of those exiles here to help? Okay, so our options are, if you didn't catch it, herbs or exile/help. They also have an option for any other topic where they're like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the herbs. Herbs have gone missing? A caravan coming from the town to the west is 2 days late. They were bringing a shipment of herbs. Why are you asking anyway? You one of them exiles here to help? Okay, they're really driving home that we should talk about that. Exile/help. Well, you don't look too helpful, and you're obviously a bad sort being an exile. But those herbs aren't going to find themselves. If you can bring them back here, I'll give you a squill, but no more. And let me know if you need some directions. Directions. So, talking about directions has a new dialogue option for directions. I have little faith you could even find your way out of a puddle. All the same, you should follow the road to Raggle Junction, then take the fork that goes west. That's where I'd start. Good luck. I think you might just need it. Sorry, let me take that again. I think you might just need it. Well, don't like her, but I did get another RP point. So now we're at cap. RP points can be spent to add +3 to any check. But RP points is also redundant. I get another role play. No, I guess it's not redundant, is it? Hard to tell. Should this be RPP? Or is role playing one word? It must be one word. Anywho, we're gonna put you back, you jerk. And we're gonna leave your shop. Once again, you jerk. But we do now have a lead on another quest. If we go west past Raggle Junction, which we're going to anyways, we could potentially get some more information or another quest. Figure out why some herbs have gone missing. Maybe they're bandits. Up next, I think we're going to go talk to this NPC. Because they're right next to the building I would have explored anyways. This is NPC 7. Let's see what they got to say. Hopefully they're a little bit nicer than Hala. Hala, the herbologist. Man, and my cleric thought they were gonna like have a conversation, a legitimate conversation, because he also likes healing stuff. But no, she was extremely rude. Gray the Warden is a human woman who is alert and has actions raise eyebrow. You know, real specific. A bristling guard stands there, hand on hilt. She nods at you knowingly, eyeing your brass pin. You there, exiles. Haven't seen your faces around here. Don't bring no trouble, and you won't get none neither. I don't like having you here, but they said you'd be helpful. I guess we'll see. Let me know if you need directions or if you're looking for work. Now, obviously our topics for conversation are directions and work. We don't need directions to anything, right? Oh, we could ask where the sword is. I have no idea where the sword is. Let's ask for directions. Maybe she knows where the sword is. Directions. Rub nose. Now there's Hell's Herbology Shop with the blue roof, and the Flying Fish Inn is just behind me. On the dock is the ferry if you're looking to cross. Word of caution, if you take the road west, stay clear of the grasslands. We haven't even gone that far yet. Okay. Thanks. We unlocked the option to talk about the ferry/river and the grasslands. Those are two new lore options. And I'm going to ask about them even though I'm at full RP, because that's what I would have done if I were actually playing this game. I would have tried to min-max. Ferry/river, I don't... Does the ferry get us anywhere? I don't see any, like, travel stuff on it. I could have guessed. Most travelers are looking to cross the river. You want to speak to Jeffrin. He's the boatsman around here. He's in the little house with the thatched roof. Okay, that's POI 6. Point of interest 6. Grasslands? What's going on in the grasslands? A fearsome beast stalks the grasslands, a Kero. Kero? Kero. I've been hunting it for years, but to no avail, the foul fiend Nightbane. Beware, exile. Beware. So we don't want to go through the grasslands, which are to the west, is what I'm hearing. But we also need to go to the west to get to the missing caravan of herbs. I feel like there's a problem here. Let's ask about work. Well, if you're looking for work, there are always people complaining at the Flying Fish Inn. She points a thumb at the big red building behind her. You don't say. Okay. And that's the end of conversation with her. There's only so much dialogue you can have with a NPC whose entire life fits on one card. Let's go in the building. Ka-chow. So we need long 2. Which makes sense, because I'm pretty sure long 1 was the big path in the cellar. Let's do this. Flying Fish Inn. The smoky interior of the inn bursts with life and sound. Villagers talk loudly over mugs of ale and ice-cold cider. Outside the window, you notice a boy jumping around and playing near the water. Okay. Prediction time. Is there going to come a point during our exploration of this tile where we look out, the boy is no longer jumping in the water and there's like some sort of monster attack that we have to go deal with? That would be probably cliche, but pretty cool. Cliches exist for a reason. Okay. So orient like this. Oh, we can actually go talk to the boy. Interesting. So we cover the entire side of the tile. We have the inside of the Flying Fish Inn. We have 3 NPCs and a staircase down. I don't know. I want to go talk to the boy. Boop, 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 boop. Hail, NPC 6. Looks like this kid's got a bucket on his head. Which, again, I'm all for. I guess this is just the NPC stream. You get to talk to everyone. Snot-nosed kid. Oh. I thought they were saying his name was Snot and his title was Nosed Kid. Now, I was gonna say, how many kids don't have noses that you need to clarify that he's the nosed kid. But he's a halfling boy. He's cheerful and has a stuffy nose. A halfling boy jumps around wearing a bucket on his head. I'm a warrior, watch out. I'm in the middle of a big battle. I'm gonna save the whole village. Wipes nose on sleeve. Mom says I talk too much. Alright. Doing a stuffy nose is hard. For some reason, I now don't have a stuffy nose when I normally do. We can ask about the warrior / battle, or about mum. Okay, so your mum is rude, and you are a halfling. Is your mum the herbalist or herbologist or whatever she is? Let's ask about mum. We did it, team. Mum runs your herbology shop. It's boring in there and smells like plants. Yuck. But she says I can't tell strangers about nothing, not even my hidden treasure. Treasure? Let's ask about treasure. One time only, draw event 5. Yeah. Oh, I want a treasure. Steal this poor kid's treasure. Treasure. The boy looks at you, considering. We make a charisma 5 check. And since I said it was the halfling, it was Zertle leading, we're going to use Zertle's charisma. His charisma is +1. It doesn't actually matter, they're both +1. But Zertle's die is slightly less cursed. It rolls fewer ones on average. Alright, so +1 to my roll. I just need to beat a 5. I got a nice 9. Very good. So, 10 overall. Well, what if you told me your name? We wouldn't be strangers anymore. What's your name? I am Zertle the Hungry Halfling. Zertle the Hungry. And meow meow, I am Rix the Plucky Fellow Scout. I'm Rix. I don't think I'd introduce myself as my whole title to a child. I'm Rix, and I'm Zertle the Hungry. Good to be you, Zertle. And Wix. Now we're friends. I can show you. Follow me. I'm so sad. Whoa. What? What is... Oh, wild. Okay, hold on. This is a weird thing. Okay. I found this old chest. Mom told me to throw it away, but since I can't have it, I'm giving it to you. Place this card on Big 1 in the bottom left covering the little shed. When you leave this location, destroy this card, essentially. Well, trash this card. So I think... How does this work? Ah, okay. So move our travel tokens. And this goes Right like that. Ish. Okay. And we just get to be there for one time. And we get to open this wood chest. Which I'm pretty sure means we all get to loot it. I'm going to look at the chest rules again. Okay. I got distracted because I was learning how my job works, actually. These are different card types. Universal rules. Oh, yeah. Cool. Here I am doing no talking. Where was treasure? Feels an adventure on 15. Oh, interesting. Okay. I did one thing wrong already. So when the Felsworn village had the armor who would give you a wooden item, you're supposed to draw a item from that corresponding chest and keep it with that POI card for the rest of time until we buy it. And once we buy it, that spot then remains empty. The armor does not replenish with new stuff. So I'll fix that in a second. See, chests page 8. Okay, nope, I was way off. Chests page 8. Where is this? Yes. When you gain a pathless chest, one item total is drawn randomly for the corresponding chest. Okay. So we need the wooden pathless chest, which I happen to have right here. And we need to select one at random. We're going to put this on screen again so we can say, there, it's facing away from me. I am not looking. I am feeling, which is totally allowed. There are... You know, I want this one. I don't know what this is. This is going to go with the armor. So this is part of the shop. We got a scarred cap. So it's a helmet with 2 defense instead of just 1. Where did my POI card go? Oh, I put it away. Okay. We'll keep this out for now. This next one we're getting from the chest. This is going to be free, not one that we have to pay for. It's whoever opened the chest, which is going to be the cleric, although it's pathless, so we can just trade the resulting item to whoever we want. I want this one. A cracked axe, which uses endurance? Oh. Hold on. We're not going to look at the rest of these items. We are going to give this to my ranger because my ranger has endurance +2 right now. And this is just going to then be an upgrade over the dagger. Sort of an upgrade. So the dagger has like a upward swipe with the attack slots. There you go, you can see that quite clearly. The axe has a sideways swipe, a cleave. It means my combat options are different. Not worse, just different. Is that gonna... Whoop, whoop, whoop. Focus, focus, focus. You must focus. I don't think it's gonna focus. I think it might be too close. Oh, it's trying. Anyways, I don't need it to focus too much. You can see it goes from there over to here. I'm going to equip it. I'm also going to keep my knife handy in case I want other options. But now I can do a top to bottom with my bow or a right to left with my axe. Unfortunately, that means my cleric has not upgraded their weapon, but they have upgraded their medical kit, which is good. I mean, that's the single most important thing in their kit, so I'm happy with that. We looted their one chest. We now get to leave. And let's keep talking to the snot-nosed kid. This gets trashed. We're all done with it. I don't think we'll ever use it again. Let's talk about the warrior / battle. I'm a warrior exile just like the ones I've seen at the camp near town. I'm fighting against a Kiro, and not just any Kiro, as the mighty Nightbane. Nightbane. Kiros are big and scary, but Nightbane is the scariest monster in all the basin. It got flying wings, flaps his arms, sharp teeth, nom nom nom, huge claws, swipe hands, and a tail. So watch out. Is that the same one the guard told us about? I think it is. Very cool. We are done talking to this kid. We didn't even get to tell him that his mom sucks. Okay, I'm overstating our particular encounter. She was not that bad. Let's go talk to NPC 9. So we enter the inn. We say, hello there, General Kenobi. NPC 9, and then we'll do NPC 8. Once again, we're just talking to all the people, which is great. Grenfesk the Dwarf Man, who's confident and drums his fingers. A dwarf sits here, nervous eyes flicking across the room. Nod at them. Hey, you there! Have you heard the latest rumors? I'm a veritable bastion of informative information. I could tell you about horrors of an agricultural nature or the grief of a brother if you'd buy me a drink. So our option is buy a drink at the cost of 1k or leave him alone. I'll bite. This might be a scam, but I'll bite. I'll spend our last coin. Alright, here we go. You only have to pay once. Take a long sip. Oh, that's more like it. Want to start with the farm or the brother? Let's do the farm. Ah, well, rumor has it that there's a small farm in Keepwick Town where the livestock have taken over. They're running the farm. You can find out yourself by heading south from Raggle Junction. We've been south from Raggle Junction. We did not find a town, but maybe we have to go more south. I think this might be a game where they're expecting me to keep my own notes. And I've done bad at that. Okay, let's do it. Let's get out a notepad and we're going to say, okay, head west from Raggle Junction, find, let's see, herbs, head far west from Raggle Junction, find difficult boss. Don't do that one. Head south from RJ. Find oh boy, what's the movie with the farm animals take over the farm and form a communist society for whatever reason? Animal Farm or something? I don't really remember. Anyways, find Keepwick Town run by animals. Literal animals. Okay. Okay, well, let's talk about the brother then, since that's all you have to say about the town. Geoffrin, the boatsman, he stopped working on account of grieving over his lost brother. Last seen heading into the singing fields on some quest. If you ask me, it was probably the menace of the skies. What are the singing fields? Okay, what do you mean menace? Oh, I'm sure you've heard of the winged carrow. They're known to hunt in the grasslands to the west of here, eat the wild boar they do. But sometimes they get taste of man flesh, and that's loads of trouble. Take my advice. Keep your eyes on the sky if you decide to head that way, or you'll end up carrow food. Carrow? Carrow? A lot of people are talking about this creature. Okay. Singing fields. More carrow, but now we know that they fly. Carrow fly and are dangerous. If I could type. Singing fields. Maybe where carrow live? Question mark? Thank you, Grenfesk. Alright. Let's go talk to the person who seems to be keeping the inn. The innkeep, if you will. Here we go. Darley the innkeep. It's a human man who is suave and has a big grin. A man with greasy black hair and a bright blue petticoat is here, tending the bar. Welcome to the Flying Fish. I'm Darley, the proprietor. I'm terribly sorry, but because of a little trouble, I'm unable to offer you a room. If there's anything else you need, just ask. I'm curious about this trouble now that I know it's here. Truth be told, I've got a bit of a tricky situation. Upstairs there's an unwanted guest, but I've had some trouble removing her. I'm just waiting for someone to swing by from the guild, see if the squill might persuade them to help. We're from the guild. We want squills. Okay. Tell us about this guest. Well, it's a bit complicated, but they checked into our establishment a little while back, and they haven't left yet. Elaborate. Are they not paying, or what's the deal? Did they miss their checkout time? Ah, I might have guessed you with the guild. If you were to remove my unwanted guest, I'd be happy to pay you with a squill. They're in the guest room on the second floor. You know what I notice nobody said in this conversation? Who is this guest? Are they, Who is this guest? Alright, let's go upstairs. Small 5. Boom, 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 boom. You know, maybe I should play the music that's like recommended for this game. A cold upstairs. The second story of the inn is strangely cold. Your breath fogs as you exhale. The noise of merriment below sounds unnaturally far away. Even the windows are cloudy and frosted over. Okay. Once again, I have to ask. What manner of guest is this? Oh, good. Okay. So I'm going to put this over here. It is the upstairs room. And I noticed there's a ghost. So let's go talk to the ghost, who is NPC 10. I can't help but notice there's a ghost. Let's see what happens. This is where I die. A shimmering ghost. It's a human woman ghost. She's tired and she's rubbing her eyes. There you go. There's a look at the ghost. You see a semi-translucent ghost in her nightgown hovering a few inches off the floor. Big yawn. Top of the morning to you. It is morning, right? I suppose you're here because Darley sent you to ask me to leave? Or are you going to try and force me out? Let's ask her to leave. Throw head back and laugh. Okay, you got me. I'll leave, but first, you need to answer my riddle. Draw event 7. Oh no. A riddle. It's not what I was hoping for, I'll be honest. The ghost clears her throat and begins reciting. I never was, am always to be, no one ever saw me, nor ever will, and yet I am the confidence of all. The ghost looks at you, waiting for your answer. Oh no. Okay, riddle time. Riddle me this, Batman. I never was, am always to be, no one ever saw me, nor ever will, and yet I am the confidence of all. The problem with riddles is there are so many potential answers, and everyone's always looking for one specific one, and you're like, well, that's not helpful. This could be anything. State your answer, and then we flip this card. So let's see. Tomorrow is an option. The end of time. Confidence of all. Yeah, like tomorrow is the option that comes to mind for me. Tomorrow always to be. No one ever saw me, nor ever will. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with tomorrow. Let's see. Was your answer tomorrow, the future, or a synonym? I'm a genius. Correct. I'm not making this up. Let me put this out here for posterity. Tomorrow, the one thing a ghost can never. Oh, okay, I need to get back into character. I'm tired. That's easy for me to do. State of being. And rubbing eyes. Correct. Tomorrow, the one thing a ghost can never have again. The ghost sighs. Well, there's no point staying here anymore. With that, the ghost vanishes along with the cold mists. We banish NPC 10. That's appropriate. You know, I should probably put this with the other NPC cards in the NPC card banish pile instead of just a random banish pile. We flip small 5 to the B side. So we have our location tile here, which is in the A side right now. We're going to essentially permanently transform this to the B side. Which I guess we did earlier with the cottage where we were drugged as well. Oh boy. That's we take out small 5B. We're going to insert small 5A into the inactive pile. Take this guy out. Upstairs to the inn. The strange coldness has lifted, replaced with the cozy warmth of daylight flooding through the windows. The sounds of merriment drift up the staircase from below. So everything's back to normal. Or at least, presumably normal. So the ghost just vanishes and everything goes back to the way it should be. Theoretically. We also gain key item 6, which is going to be over here. Oh, wow. Over here in our key item box, we're going to find key item 6. Kaboom. The room key. Oh, do we just have a permanent room here? The room key from the Flying Fish Inn of Felsworn Village. In Felsworn Village. It belongs to the unwelcome ghost guest. Keep this card in the party inventory until you find a card with the exact text Darley the Innkeep. Then draw event 347. Well, we know where he is. It's not going to take long to turn that in. Add TRV 13 to the bottom of the travel discard pile and then banish this event card. So where is... So I'm going to banish this and we need travel 13. Kaboom. We're not going to look at it. Oops. Sorry about that. Apologies. Well, that got even more off kilter. Right there? No. How did I have this before? I do not recall. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine right there. We'll add this to the bottom of the discard. All that good. Banish the card, and let's go talk to Darley. So we go back downstairs. Hello, Darley. We have the room key. We draw event 347. Some of these things are a little clunky, I'll be honest. Like the fact that we got the room key item that we're going to hold on to for like 10 seconds. As we go back downstairs with it. Gone Ghost. You hand the room key to the innkeep. It's done then? Our unwelcome guest has left. Thank you so much for your help. Gone Ghost. The innkeep shakes your hand, thanking you over and over. In addition to the squill, I've got a little something for you as a thank you for the Flying Fish Inn. He hands you a knapsack and a small wooden coin. Gain DOS1 from the dossier? I have no idea what that is. Is this something new? Okay. Okay. I'll get that in just a second. The room key goes away, as does this version of Darley the Innkeep. So let's throw them into their respective discard piles, or inactive piles, I should say. So you, BC 8. Yeah, you go inactive, and I give you your B side. Okay, so we'll have new conversation options for him now that he's flipped, but I need to find... Keep this card as a squill. Ooh, we have a squill now. I know that exiles need to get squills. I don't remember why. We gained DOS1 from the dossier. Okay, we need to figure out what the dossier is. It is at the very bottom. Okay, give me a minute. I am, in fact, still here, just digging into the box. There's a part of me that is sad that I'm not going to experience this game with all of the different classes. Maybe you get to retire them when you get to a certain level. That'd be cool. Okay. DOS 1. We have the dossier. What is DOS 1? What the heck is this? Okay, I'm just going to show. So this big box, it's full of all these little things that I'm going to have to punch out. And DOS 1 from the dossier. How do I do this? I'm so concerned I'm breaking something. Oh, I think I'm looking at the wrong side? I'm definitely looking at the wrong side. Okay. DOS 1. So how do I do this? Flying fish knapsack. That was a lot of build up for this. So, DOS 1 is the flying fish knapsack, which appears to be the same as the old knapsack. But I guess now we have two, in case we want one. Oh, I need to swap around some cubes. Since I traded inventory, I should not have green cubes over on my cleric. They need to be yellow cubes. Okay. Well, that was exciting. And let me keep this card as a squill. Boom. Keep it in the Ranger's inventory for now. And now we have Darley the innkeep, who is suave. Darley is here tending the bar. He smiles as you walk up, shakes hands with closest hero. Welcome, friends. You've taken a great weight off my shoulders getting rid of that ghost. Tell you what, if you got that knapsack, I'll fill it with sandwiches on the house. Oh. I think this might be a knapsack we can fill for free. Which is, that's probably a good deal. Now, let's ask about this ghost. An odd one, that. She died in her sleep, not a scratch on her, and looked in the prime of her life. I half suspect foul play. I think I've changed this guy's voice like 6 times now. Great. Oh, I shouldn't have said. I ask about foul play. I shouldn't have said, but when I first asked her, the ghosts, to leave, she mentioned something. But never mind. Murder isn't good for business. No, let's not talk about it anymore. How about some of that free food? Sandwiches. Dolly brings out some delicious smelling parcels wrapped in brown paper. Here you go, flying fish special fish and pickle sandwiches, caught just off the dock here. Come back tomorrow and I'll fill it up again. So, we can go back once per day to fill the flying fish knapsack with markers for free. Which is good. Oh. Okay, yeah. I'm going to remove a cube to give a speed to Zertle the Hungry Halfling Soother, and then I'm going to do that again to fill him up to 2 speed, and then I'm going to get the sandwiches to fill up my knapsack again. It's just free. Okay. Very cool. I kind of wish he'd tell me about this foul play and murder and all that good stuff, but I can't get everything I want. We got a little bit of time left. Let's go to this point of interest, POI 6. You know what's crazy? Is we haven't gotten a single experience point. I was kind of hoping we would, so we could level up one time tonight. But alas, is not meant to be. Thatched house. You're standing before a small shack. There's a sign painted of a ferry with a man punting. The door here is closed, but it has a small hatch in it. The sign reads, "Knock for service." I knock. There's no response. You wait a few moments and don't hear anyone inside. Perhaps they're not home right now. Something this card. There's an icon I don't know. So let's go look at card types on 12 and see what happens with points of interest when you do this icon to them. Ooh, back to index. Some cards will instruct you to return a component to the index by using this icon. This icon means to place a card back in the index without looking at it. This is used when a card has finished or when a card will not be immediately available to use. Here's the index. Okay. All right. Boom. I think we just put it back where it came from. Nothing happens yet. Okay. Boring, but okay. There's nothing else to do here? So I guess we leave. We go out to the world map. I clean up all my tiles. This is small 5. This is small 4. Oh, we need to put away the long tile. And then we need to get out my world map again. And yes, to repeat the answer, there is in fact a world map. This game is crazy. I love it. I need to put away our... Oops, I just knocked stuff around with my shirts. Oh no. That's not good. I lost a token. Okay, I'll look at that in just a second. My bad. Let's put away this big tile, which is big 1. Okay, and I'll put here. Boom. Let's get our event deck, sorry, our travel deck back on camera where it's supposed to be. And like that. Get our adventuring token in there and our travel tokens like that. And then figure out where this yep. This token went right into the trash. My minor action token. Right into the trash. Okay. A computer fan just kicked on in my room, and it is loud and obnoxious, quite frankly. So we need to hunt some rats. And we just got some more speed points, so we should be ready to just keep traveling. We need to get to Raggle Junction, which appears to be the case for basically everything we have to do now. So we're going to travel along this road to Raggle Junction. We're going to do a... Well, first we're going to pause in the Northern Plains. And then we'll get to Raggle Junction. Sore feet. Here we go. The journey is difficult and your spirits sag. Oh no. Frustrated. Each exile pays a speed, and then we discard this. DM, we do that. And this gets discarded. And now I'm going to go here. And once again, we have a road path, and I'm hoping it does nothing this time. Yes. Oddly familiar. You pass this way easily, because we have a road path. Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to go that way. Yes, to Raggle Junction. Turns out it doesn't matter. I know people will say that's a little bit cheaty. I meant to go to Raggle Junction. I would have taken the consequence if it was a negative, but it wasn't this time. This is a plains path, not a road path. Okay, we are at Raggle Junction. And what I hear is I should not go west from here. But we do need to shuffle TRV 90 in with the top 2 of the travel deck. So we need to start our hunt for the rats. take the top two of the travel deck, we shuffle this TRV-90 into them. We wonder if we're actually prepared to fight a bunch of rats, and I think we are. But before I do, I'm going to spend one of my flying fish tokens to restore a speed to the ranger, because they were at 0, and I want everyone to be at least 1, because that seems to be what stops you from traveling. Okay. And I guess we explore, and we want to stay on roads and plains. So I'm going to go south from Raggle Junction and draw a traveling card. Cutting Wind. The journey is difficult and you find your spirits sag. Frustrated, each exile pays a speed, and we discard this, or bad stuff happens. We will both pay a speed. To discard this, we make it to this new tile. We get to flip it and see what's here. It is the Heron Plains. Haren. You know what? It doesn't matter. We are here. And we know that the hunting card is in the top 2 at this point. We just don't know which one. I would like to... Yeah, I'm going to pay 1 from the Flying Fish and 1 from the Old Knapsack to restore 1 speed to both of my characters. And then we're going to travel south, because we know there's a town down here which is run by animals, apparently. And it's also a road path. So we're going along this path. It is road. Tummy rumbles. But we're up here. You enjoy your travels, taking in the sights. So nothing happens. We flip over another thing. And we find the Keepwick Outskirts. So we could explore, what is that? Big 6 from here, if we wanted to. Or we could keep traveling. And I want to keep traveling because I want to kill these rats. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to travel along this plains path, because that still matches my hunting card, which you can no longer see. But so the hunting card, the habitat is roads or plains. We're going to travel along the plains. We're going to draw a traveling card. We get tracking. Boom. If you're traveling through a habitat, when you draw this card, you may track. Track. Spend 1 speed and check either Endurance 12 or Wisdom 12. Oh boy. I mean, the good news is those are our 2 best abilities right now. So we might be able to do this. Let's have the have Rix the Plucky Fellish Scout, our ranger. Let's have Rix do this with an Endurance 12 check, even though your die is cursed. So I got a 10, and I have a +2 in Endurance, which gives me a total of 12, which is insanely lucky. I mean, I know it's not actually that lucky. It's like the average die roll here, but... Oh, right, and we have to spend a speed. Success! Go to hunt, and then we index this card. So we get to put this back into the inactive cards, so we can hunt again later. And we are going to hunt some orcs. And by orcs, I mean rats. I'm hoping to knock out this combat fairly quickly and then be done for the night. So we need big 90. So our world map goes away. I assume we're going to be entering combat. Big 90. Big 90. Ah. And specifically, this is Big 90 on the planes. They have one for the different travel types. A great wide open field. That's what the planes are. There are 7 unique Big 90 maps. Each one corresponds to a terrain type from the world map. When asked to draw Big 90, draw the one that matches the terrain type you're currently traveling on. We're doing just that. Sweet. So, we have our board here. We have our people who have to go on X. And there's going to be 2 small rats on Y and Z, and then a big rat on L. So I think I want my tank to be near the big rat, and my ranger to be aiming at the other 2 to begin with. Let's get out the rat cards. Again. Let's also get out so just taking stock where I have space. I put away my threat deck. I'll have to take that out again. And I want to move this so that I'm not covering up any of the tile with my secondary camera. Okay, we can put this right there. Say yes, we are in fact in combat. Sounds good. I need foes 4 and 5. And we have rats. So many rats. I'll put, okay. We can move that. I think we can also push that over to the side. I'm going to put the health trackers over here. There's the giant rats, and then we have the rabid rat with 2 representatives. And it says leave 2 out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle them. So that I can get a random 2, because they are slightly different. Yeah, 1 and 4. So the green one will go on Y. Here. And then the pink one will go on Z. And I'm probably pretty quiet when I duck my head underneath the mic, unsurprisingly. And this guy will be on L. Okay. So our victory condition, defeat all foes, and then we go back to Felsworn Village. We don't get any experience until we go back to Felsworn Village. I should have thought about that. This is not a good way to get experience. Oh my goodness. I didn't think this through. Whoops. We could still be fine. Maybe. We should probably rest anyways. We have... Well... We don't have that many rest refresh abilities spent. Okay, we need my threat deck. That's the last thing. And then we can get this battle going. And I'm realizing now that Zertle, my halfling cleric, is definitely still hungry. Did not get a lot of healing done. I maybe should have planned for that a little bit better, considering I knew a combat was coming. Oh well. Let's see, can I put my threat deck right here? It's gonna be a tight fit. Also, I noticed that green rat is off the screen. There we go. That works for me. Let's see what the foes do. We also have to decide who first player is. And I want to say Rix, the ranger. I'm just going to go with Rix. Oh goody, we start by adding 2 threat. A strong start for me. Okay, Rix, you have a range of 3 or 4 with your bow. Can I kill either rat if I shoot it? No. Unfortunately, I drew the 2 rats that are identical, 1 and 4. And neither of them is very weak to shooting attacks with this bow. They are weak to sideways swings, though. So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to basic move, gain a combo point, move 3, go 1, 2, 3, over to this rat. And then I'm going to use my cracked axe, basic attack. Maybe I should have attacked with the bow first, just to mark some damage on the big bad. Yes, sorry, takesy backsies. So the big rat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't make that shot. I don't have that much range. Let's spawn here. That's still adjacent to the X. We're still good there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range, which means if I... Oh, shoot. If I use my quiver, then I... Oh, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Yep. I use my quiver, so I get +1 range, and now get to target wherever I want, and then if I roll 12 or higher on my endurance check, I get to also hit the HP spot above that. So let's figure out what we're doing. This is an endurance check, basic attack on my bow, endurance, which is a +2. I got 18, and a +2 gives that a 20. Yep, which means I would have been able to activate my 3 hits ability, but because I'm using my broadhead arrows, I can only hit 2 squares, or two hit spots. Oh well, such is life. This is the bet I have to make in Lion. Um, the good news is I get to target a space. I'm going to hit this one, and then I get to go up from that space, which goes through a critical point. So I'm going to hit that one, and then for free I get to hit this one. And I'm definitely marking this foe. Not that I have any mana to take advantage of that, but I am going to mark the foe. Then I do my basic move, gain a combo. I'm going to go up here this time. And I'm going to attack this rat with my cracked axe. This is once again endurance, which is a +2 check. I got an 11. Adding 2 is a 13. 12 plus is my 2-hit swing. So I'm going to hit on the green rat this space and slide left into this space, which also goes through a critical point. So boom, boom, boom. Rat defeated. They gain a threat for that weak point hit. But that rat is now off the board, and that's huge for me, I think. And that's also the end of Rix's turn. So let's see what we do. We'll activate the mob or gain 2 threat. There is mob to activate, so we do that. The little rats can spend 3 threats to do a move 5 frenzy. So we're going to spend all 3 threat. Move 5 frenzy. They want to maximize the number of targets they can hit. So that's what this symbol is. Move 5 frenzy. They hit every space orthogonally adjacent to them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the best possible outcome for them. They can only hit one thing. This is a yellow die dealing 2 damage on hit. So, we roll this. Of course we roll this. Which is feet. And Zertle has no foot armor. This is impressively bad for me. He's at 2 health. He goes down to 0 health. He is knocked down again. Woohoo! And it's back to my turn. I'm going to surge to stand up. I'm going to spend a minor action to try and heal myself. This is a wisdom check. I get +2 on wisdom. That is a 17. +2 is a 19. Yeah, okay. I spend one of my RP points. So when you spend an RP point, you're supposed to roleplay it. This is just me in a room by myself, which makes this a little awkward. Let's see, when do I roleplay this? And am I alive enough physically and in person to roleplay this adequately? Yeah, let's do this. So, Zertle, the Hungry, as I'm tending to myself using bandages, using the last of my energy, because this is part of my surge, having just been gnawed to death by a frenzied rabid rat. Or to near death, I should say. I realize that I also have an extra sandwich. And they don't call me the Hungry for nothing. So by using the power of my bandages and this sandwich that I eat, I'm able to recover a full 4 health. I can feel the energy, the fish pickle sandwich flowing through me. I'm ready to hunt some rats. I use one of my kit charges for that. Sick. That was awesome. That was just like the perfect roll. I'm very happy about that. I'm going to attack this rat that's right in front of me that bit me to death. So I do my practice staff ability, which is a strength check. And if I get a 12 plus, I get to hit two targets. Two hexes. We're going to find out if this works or not. I got a 15. 15. Which is a success. Unfortunately, I have to come in from above. So I have to come in here and go that way, or come in here and go that way. So I guess I hit their weak point, which gets them a threat. And then I attack again, using the power of this pickle fish sandwich. It's a really good sandwich. Ooh, less good that time. 3. I do my best. I fail to deliver the killing blow, the mortal wounds to this rat. The power of the fish pickle sandwich runs out before I'm able to win. Still, though, it's a pretty good swing. Pretty good life swing. Let's do enemy activation. Boss. I'm glad the boss didn't get 3 threat to activate. It only gets 1 threat. It's going to be a maximize target, move 5, whip. And whip is a 3 target line. So that's not going to do anything, but it can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And it can attack Zertle pretty easily. And whip is a blue die for 1 damage. So that is, unfortunately, the right shoulder, which has no armor. Zertle takes a wound. Ugh. He's feeling the effects of sandwich loss. We go back to Rix. Rix the Plucky. Who does something, I'm sure. Yeah. Rix does a move action, gets into position. Has a range of 3 or 4. So moves here. Sets her sights on the giant rat. Draws. Rolls endurance. Gets an 18. And I have to do this. Yeah, this is required. I have to do this. Seeing Zertle's inspirational healing. He was knocked down and then stood up stronger than before. Rix is so inspired that I'm going to spend a RP point to get +3 on this. So I get my 20 plus roll, which gets me 3 different hits in a column. And on this boss, that means I go boop, boop, boop. Which does gain them a threat, because I went through a weak point. But I don't care, because that was awesome. Sorry. Lost myself for a second. I also should have gained a combo from moving again. Yeah, we've moved twice. We should have 2 combo. We haven't spent any combo. Just like there's music playing somewhere in the house. I think tiredness is driving me actually insane. So, we're all doing fine here. How are you? The only downside of that particular strategy is that I've now hit all of the critical hit points, so I get no more free shots on these guys. That said, Rix draws back her bow again. She's going to shoot the giant rat a second time. 19. Getting close to a nat. Or not a nat, but adjusted 20. This is once again 2 hits in a column. And because we can go through the previously hit points, I get to do that column and knock out 2 hits at once, which does net them another threat for another weak point. I think I'm totally cool with that, because this could be going a lot worse. Let's see what they do. I want them to just gain threat. Mob or 1. Alright. Since there is still a small rat alive, they're going to spend 1 threat to do a bite attack against the healthiest hero in range. Which in this case is the cleric, is Zertle, that they're standing right next to. So a bite attack is a yellow die, dealing 1. Can you hit anything but the feet? Nope. I hit feet again. Nothing but feet. Whoa. Zertle's feet are just getting constantly gnawed by rats. He should really get that checked out by a doctor at some point. But he's still alive. And in fact, it's Zertle's turn. I don't think I need to use my minor action to heal. Instead, I want to pummel. I have 2 enemies near me with 1 hit left. A pummel is a guaranteed win. So I spend a combo. I get to hit everything around me with a guaranteed hit. This is in action. So what I want to do, it doesn't matter. I do targeted attacks on this space and this space. Both enemies die. I have completed my hunt. Take these off the board. Thank you, Zertle, for being suitably epic. That was awesome. Defeat all foes, and then we have to go back to Felsworn Village to claim the reward. So let's do it. We clear down the combat. We're now out of combat. Yeah, I need a new quiver, it turns out. Adventure! Unfortunately, we don't get any of the normal combat rewards. I really would have liked this experience. Really. These rat cards are in the opposite order I would have put them, but that's just me. Okay. We're getting a lot of good use out of these rats. Okay. So let's put the threat deck away. Let's put this tile away, and let's get out the world map. And we just unlocked a new location on the world map, a new hex by traveling. So we'll do that as well. We have found Edgewater. Okay. So we need our supplies to last until we get all the way back to that town, which is a ways away. Yikes. Let's do it. Does anybody need a speed? Yes. We use our last knapsack token to give Rix the Plucky Fellish Scout a speed. We travel along this plains path here. Oop, I knocked over my camera again. Lo siento. Yep, that just means I am actually just very tired. I should wrap up. Okay. Travel deck. A mite peckish. I'm glad I went on planes because you enjoy your travels taking in the sights. Nothing happens. We get here successfully. Now we're going to go on this plains path. Low spirits. The journey is difficult, and your spirits sag. Each exile pays a speed. And then we discard this card. Let's do that. I fully expect I'm going to run out of stuff. What can we do with the guild again? This is POI 1. I know we get something for free just by coming here. The Exiles Camp. Ooh, I can sell stuff. So, new member help. We could take each Exile's market action for free once per day. And we haven't done it yet this day. Which means we could get all of our knapsack tokens back, which means we could keep going. We can also repair a bunch of durability, which we haven't lost any. So, I mean, it's free. Let's get back all of our knapsack cubes. And then immediately spend 2 of them to give each of them 1 speed. We're going to make it. That makes me very, very, very happy. We could level up. Oh, shoot. We have to come back here to level up. We can't level up in any situation. Oh, no. Oh, no. We can, however, sell stuff. And I'm going to sell my practice hunting knife and my old bow to get a little bit of money. So let's see, this is worth 1. And my bow is worth also 1, so I get 2 money out of that. You know what? I get to refill my potion for free as well, so I might as well use my last potion cube, refill it for free, but also give 1 health to the cleric. Again. Okay, we've sold our random junk items. I'm glad we came this way. I'm just going to throw them in the box. I think we're done. Yep, that's everything we can do for now. In the camp. We have to travel 2 more times in order to get to where we need to go. So we go on this plains path. Draw a travel card. Dense fog. It's difficult to find your way. Oh no. So we each pay a speed again. And we're all done with that. So I turn in my quest. I have enough experience to level up, but I would still need to be able to make it back to the exile camp. So yeah, I'm going to use my knapsack to restore 1 speed to each of us. That's probably a mistake. I don't think this is worth it. I don't think this is worth it, but I'm going to try anyways. We're going along this path. It's a road now. We're going along the road. And unfortunately, second breakfast. You're so hungry. You need to take a break and eat some food. Oh, thanks, Zertle. Always so hungry. We each pay speed and discard this card. We made it to town. We have our town card right here. We're going to turn in our job. We claim the reward, which is 3 money. We're going to distribute amongst the team by just giving all of it to Zertle. We still end up with roughly distributed money after that. We each gain an experience. Yeah, but I wanted 2 experience. And we roll a die. I rolled a, it's slightly off screen, I rolled a 4. Which is bad. That means I get 1 more money, which I'll give to Rix, so that they actually have even money. Yeah, I keep hoping to get better stuff. To get the wood chests. I've completed the job, so this card goes away. I can go to the job board and get another job, and I might as well since there's one there. And it's gather bird root. So we have to travel to the sward, which we still haven't seen. No, we still have not seen. So this is our quest. We just don't know where that actually has us going. It's our job. We don't know where that is. However, I am going to pay Rix's 3 coins. To buy the scarred cap from the shop for Rix's head. So now Rix has 2 head armor, which is good. Okay. That's everything I want to do here in town. Unless I want to pay to refill all of my knapsacks. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I refill all the knapsacks for 1 more money. I don't think this is a good use of my money, but now I'm committed to the path. I spend 2 cubes to give each of us 1 speed. I move. I have to shuffle my travel deck. I should not be going this long, but here we are. All right. Shuffle enough. We're traveling along a road path from there to there. Unnatural mist. Far away, you see a thick mist cover in the ground. Draw again. Okay. Guess we get an event if we're on a different type of path. Sore feet. The journey is difficult and your spirits sag. You know what? We're going to spend our speed to discard that. And then we're going to go along here to the Exiles camp, which is another plains path. Oddly familiar. You pass this way easily. That time it didn't actually matter if we had to exhaust a travel token or not, because we're all done. We come to the Exiles camp. We level up. And leveling up means we refresh all of our stuff. HP goes back up to max, speed goes back up to max, mana goes back up to max. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. And we have to spend all of our experience to actually do the level ups. Let's do that now. Get all this XP out of here. I've actually spent my RP points this time, which means I can gain more next time for the first time in forever. Okay, leveling up. We do a few things. One, we fill in a check mark for the next level on our character card, which is this little tracker here. So I spent 5 experience to level up to level 2 with Zertle the Hungry Halfling Soother. I could increase health to 5, mana to 4, or speed to 4. Speed is kind of important. That is kind of a good thing to do. But mana helps me refill my bandages, my kit. I'm going to do speed first. Let's go to 4 speed max. Like, that's a big jump. And then I get 1 attribute each level. And I think I want strength so that my attacks are a little bit better. Yeah, let's get strength 3. Jumping straight to 3. The level up is a little weird. So you see, you have your grid of stats here. But when you level up, you take the one from that level column. So I just get to jump from strength 0 all the way up to strength 3 just instantly. At least that's how I interpret the level up system. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get the tokens for strength 3. And then I have to figure out what new skill I want to start learning. So I have a whole skill tree here. I could do stratagem, which is kind of the progression of my form up strategy. There's also balm, light, and smash. And I think I want balm. I think I want something that I can use to just start healing without spending points from my kits. So I'll get those things prepared in a minute. Let's go through Rix's upgrade as well. And with Rix, speed is even more important, but Rix's health is abysmal. So we're going to go to level 2. We're going to upgrade health to 5. Yeah, that's an upgrade of 3 health from 1 level. That's huge. And what else do I want? I have endurance, which is what all of my weapons use, and all of my abilities. I could just get something that I'm low on. I could get intelligence. Yeah, nobody in my party has intelligence. Let's do int 3. And finally, skill for Rix. I see Swift as the Wolf, Pathfinding, and Poultice. I'm going to go with Pathfinding. Let's see what that's all about. Maybe that helps us move around the world a little bit better. I'm also like the path of wandering, so Pathfinding makes sense to me. So I'm going to get out the tokens for those things really quick. My path cards. My punch board skill trees. And I went with pathfinding. And okay, so when you learn a new skill, it starts on the learned side and not the mastered side. Wait, sorry. The learned side and not the mastered side. Oops, daisy. To master, pay 1 speed while 2 or more travel tokens are exhausted. So we're gonna have to do that. That is rough, I'll be honest. Okay. Next up, we have Balm for our cleric, which says to master at Winding Shore, which is the place where we originally fought the rats. Pay 1 speed and succeed at a Wisdom 12 check. So that is on our to-do list. I don't know when we're heading back up to Winding Shore, but it's an option. Okay. So that's learning new skills. And then I have to get out my tokens for the level up, which are int 3 and strength 3? Yes. Int 3, strength 3. So strength 3 on Zertle, so he can actually hit things with his staff. And int 3 on Rix, because it's a gap our team had as a whole. And that is really all I can do tonight. Fully restore speed and mana and health, and we're good. So everybody, that's where I need to log off for the night. Whew, we leveled up. I am excited about that. Level 2. Level 2. Wait, can I flip these over? Yes. Alright, the level 1 token flips over to say level 2. Anyways. We'll do what we did earlier. Hey everybody. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, once again. This joke is not nearly as funny as I'm making it out to be, but I'm going to do it anyways. If you like the stream and wanted to see more of what I do, tune in every Friday for more Arydia, twice a day. There's one stream at 1 p.m. Pacific, United States and Canada Pacific time, and another at 10:30 p.m., also Pacific. If you want something different, maybe you want Pal World. I stream Pal World every Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And if you want something even more different, but more similar to this, I stream Marvel Legendary every Monday night at 1 p.m. No, not 1 p.m. At 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. I'm cracking myself up with this bit. I'm enjoying it. Don't know about you. Also, everything I do here on Twitch is recorded as a video on demand and then exported to my YouTube channel. There's a link in the Twitch channel description somewhere down below. Somewhere down there. You can watch everything I've done over on my YouTube channel. I've tried to organize everything into playlists based on the game. So please go check that out if you're interested. If you're watching on YouTube, hello YouTube. We have not forgotten about you. I don't know why I'm doing this. First of all, thank you for watching this video. If you want to watch me play games live, there's a link to my Twitch channel in the video description. Once again, somewhere down below. So come hang out, watch me play games live, chat, whatever you want to do. Just have a good time. It's chill. Yeah, that's my whole spiel. So everyone, thank you for watching, liking, commenting, chatting, following, subscribing, all the other good stuff you can do both here on Twitch and over on YouTube. And I'll see you in the next one.